Now, this is the trust bank, so let me tell you really quickly. Kids build trust. They will say, you don't trust me. And you'll say, well, that may be so. You haven't got enough experience. But there's a lot of things about this. I don't trust the distance or the place or the time of day. I don't trust. I don't trust your friends or the crowd. The activity, the transportation, I don't trust. You know, my gut feeling is I don't trust. Do you understand? But there's a lot of things about it. Now, the way you build trust is that you say that you earn trust. I love you unconditionally. I accept you unconditionally. But you have to earn trust. And it's based on long-term behavior. To earn trust, we show integrity. I can give you a car, but I cannot give you integrity. You have to earn it. You have to develop it. So how you do that is this. There's 4 steps that we use. Now we have a trust bank here. And this trust bank has these 4 levels. First, you show that you're honest, that you tell the truth all the time. And after you get 3 or 4 stars on the honest step, and then you can go on and you can look at dependability. Dependability means that you actually do what you're supposed to do. I can depend on you to be where you're going to say you're going to be and to be back on time. Accountability is that you take responsibility for your decisions and you own it. If you break it, you say, it was my fault, you own it. That's accountability. And then you use good judgment. And so that means that with experience you have good judgment. And when you use good judgment and do all these things, then you've earned trust. Now you have trust. Now you can have the privileges of being trustworthy. And you can go here and go there. And now your trust bank is up. You want to go down the street and watch a video with your buddy? That's great. But will you make sure you're back by 6 o'clock? Because we have to go to school for interviews. Okay, I'll be there, Mama. The boy has trust. You believe him. He's earned these. He's got stars on every step. And so off he goes, and he's watching this movie with his buddy Frank down the road. And it comes 5:45, and they're not done with the movie. It becomes 6 o'clock, and the movie's still not off. He says, I better go, and he gets running home, and he's home at 10 minutes after 6. He was supposed to be there at 6. He said he would be there at 6. Mama doesn't say anything. She just writes bankruptcy across his trust bank. Never says a thing. And then the next time he wants to go someplace, she says, go look at your trust bank on the icebox. Obviously, he's seen it. And well, I want to go someplace. You've got to start all over on trust. Now the kid starts to earn trust again by being what? Honest, dependable, accountable, and what? Using good judgment. And when he's built this up again, he's got another month in there to 45 days. By showing mother, look, I've been honest here, I've been accountable here, I've been dependable here, I've been using good judgment. Look, I'm trustworthy again. You think so, son? Okay, let's try it again. You want to go down to Frankie's and listen to the movie? Okay, go ahead. We got to be gone by 6. Now it starts to be 5:45. What goes through this kid's mind? Better get back. I got a big investment in that trust bank. And he begins to build the trust. Does this make any sense to you? It's a very powerful principle. And if you don't have trust, it's because you haven't earned it. No, you don't trust me. And the reason I don't trust you is because you lie to me. And you don't tell me the truth. And you don't come home when you say you'll come home. And you're not where you say you'll be. And no, I don't trust you. You have not earned trust. And I'm not afraid to tell you I don't trust you because you are not trustworthy. And lay it out there. Don't play games with it. Do you have any questions on this?
At what age can a child perceive this? I mean, do you start at 2 years old, 3 years old?
Excellent question.
At what age is he able to perceive things such as consequences, rewards?
This is an excellent question, and this is where it really pays you to know a little bit about child development and the cognitive processes. They get to be concrete operational, and then they get formal operational thinking around 12. But about 8, they begin to understand consequences and stuff. So the question here was, how soon can you start implementing this? Well, I'll just tell you, nobody can tell you exactly because every kid is different. And you have to go by the Spirit. But you can train a child almost like a rat. Even though they're pre-verbal. You always want to show love and gentleness and kindness. You want to hug them and kiss them. And when they're stinky and naughty, then you put them someplace. But you don't yank them around. You don't jerk them around. You don't do that. But your question is excellent. How soon can you do it? 2 and a 3-year-old, you can do a lot of it. A 4 and a 5-year-old, you can do more. Some kids at 5 will be doing better than other kids at 12. And when you begin to understand through child development, you will understand the cognitive development, the moral development, the physical development. They're not just little people. Their brains are not fully developed. A little child cannot hold 2 ideas in their mind at the same time and evaluate them. This happened one time. This kid was about 3 years old. And he told the little girl, don't eat the candy. He turned his back. What is a 3-year-old going to do? She had her mouth absolutely stuffed with candy. She was trying to get everything out of that bowl into her mouth. And she was really working on it, had a big slobbery mess. And Dad saw her. And he says, "Why did you take the candy when I told you not to?" Can a child that's 3 even conceive of an answer for that? Can they? And it scared her. And she knew Daddy was disapproving. And she started to cry. And then she started to slobber this crud all over everybody and everything. And the candy was falling out of her mouth. And she was drooling big, slobbery, sugary things. And the dad just got madder and louder. "I asked you a question." A 3-year-old cannot respond to that. And I just wanted to pick the little kid up and hug her, you know. "Daddy, get out of here, you animal. Leave that baby alone." A 3-year-old does not have a moral imperative. A 3-year-old is going to take the candy. A 4-year-old is going to take the candy from his little brother and eat it. You understand? And you can say, "That's not a righteous thing to do." And he doesn't know what you're talking about. The candy was great. So there's a moral development. There's a cognitive development. There's a social development. This is why it's so important to know where these kids are and where they are and what developmental crisis they're passing through. I mentioned one of them today to you. 6 to 12 is when they have to learn to work. And if they don't learn to work, they develop a sense of inferiority. Early on, it's about trust and autonomy, okay? And setting your boundaries. And the kid will say, "No!" They're setting boundaries. You don't tell a kid, "Don't tell me no or I'll whack you. I'm your father." They've got a sense of boundary there. And this boundary is an important thing. You have to have an idea of what boundary is. Boundary is where you stop and others begin. Boundary is where you don't let people come in if you don't want them in. Boundary is how you protect yourself. And you only let those in through those boundaries that you want in there. A parent has to first understand the principles, understand the cognitive stuff, understand the rules, and then they have to apply it in wisdom and love. And so one kid, you can get away with it. I can go in with one kid and joke with them and just talk them out of anything. And I get away with it. "I don't want to go to church. I hate church and I'm never going again." Okay, you can stay home then. "Well, I think I better go." But if I had said, "Get dressed or I'm going to knock your head off," what would have happened? More argument. Yeah, that's what would have happened. And every personality is different. And so the basic components are absolutely unconditional love and gentleness and total acceptance. And say, "We're here for you. Our love transcends these D's. We still love you. We hope you do better in school, but we love you. And we want you to always know that we love you. And we forgive you, but you probably better get busy." But it's not our problem, it's your problem. And they need to feel the weight of their own life. Not that you're stepping in and rescuing all the time.